talking about hidden carbs tonight. And I have 6 hidden carbs and the tips to help you overcome and avoid those hidden carbs. And then we're going to do a few Q&A questions. And I do have 2 lingering questions from last week that I want to go over also. And we're going to get started right now because I want you guys to have time to answer questions, to ask your questions and have me answer the questions. So number 1, if you're just tuning in, number 1 in hidden carbs is in the sweeteners, you guys, sweeteners. So let's talk about that. You're on your keto, your carnivore journey, and you're plugging along. You know you're not eating carbs. You're doing all the things right. And have you hit a weight loss stall? Have you, your health ailments, are they getting better or are they not getting better fast enough? And I'm talking about like you've been on it for a good, couple of weeks, a month or whatever. You've gotten some results, but you feel like it can be tightened up or like it's stalled a little bit. It could be hidden carbs. And sweeteners is the first hidden carb that I want you to conquer. So my question, put it in the chat. What are you using for your keto or carnivore sweetener? What are you using for your keto or carnivore sweetener? And I'm going to talk about when you pick out a sweetener, if you are getting anything that's in the packets, there's all different brands. It'll say stevia, it'll say monk fruit. A lot of times they have erythritol in it too, which is a sugar alcohol. You guys have to turn the back of that box around and see how many carbs is in it. I had one of my clients, she had been following a ketogenic lifestyle perfectly, and she just felt stalled, like in her weight or whatever was happening, she felt stalled. Well, you guys, she was using like 3 or 4 packets of Truvia, which is like, they make it with stevia. So you see a word on a package like stevia or keto or zero carb. But if you don't turn it around and look at the back, you don't really know what's in it. So each of those packets had 4 carbs. So she was loading up on 4 packets in her coffee. So she was starting off the morning with 16 carbs. And on strict keto, we're doing 20 carbs, but she didn't know it. So I want you guys to look at the back of your package for your sweetener and make sure it's a zero carb sweetener. And this is what I do. I use a sweetener that's called monk fruit, and it's a liquid form of a sweetener. Okay, so KHE mainly uses monk fruit drops, but every once in a while, okay, it went away. Okay, so I'm going to try to do the comments when they come through. I'll take a pause and do them, because when they go away, and I'm live right now and I'm not on Wi-Fi, if I touch the screen, it's going to like pause or get all weird. But that's great. KHE is using a monk fruit drop instead of the packets. Now, if you're out and about or whatever, knowledge is key. Say you are somewhere and you need to use a packet. Well, you can still look at the back of the packet. You can choose to use half or whatever, or not use like a whole bunch of packets, but just so that you're aware, tracking it. So tracking it very carefully, that's the key. So I happen to be in my purse, in my car right now, and the monk fruit that I carry with me, I'm going to peel off the tag in the store. I usually get it on Amazon, and I love these monk fruit drops, but this is what I use. I know it's backwards, but these are the monk fruit drops that I use and I keep in my purse. So if I'm somewhere and I want to get an iced tea, an unsweetened iced tea, I'll add a few drops of this monk fruit. This monk fruit also comes in vanilla flavored, and that's the one that I use in my coffee. And that is like a blue and white package. So that's the one that I use. I have not found this in stores, you guys. One store that's by my house, but I know we're nationwide. Amazon is where you can get this really easy, and it doesn't have the erythritol in it. Yeah. KHE says once in a while she might use the granulated, but she tracks. That is the key. My first 3 years of keto before I went carnivore, I tracked everything. So I knew how much I was having and I was able to limit it. So yes, tracking is key. So that's the number one. Number one is sweetener, but you can always, KHE says they have a caramel one too. Hi, darling. It's good to see you guys on here tonight. Number one is sweetener. If I were you, I would just switch to the liquid sweetener, the pure extract, because then you can be sure that it's going to have zero carbs in it and no fillers or erythritol, sugar alcohols, any of that stuff. So that's number one. Number two, you guys, is condiments. The condiments that you're using on your food. So if you have whatever's on that refrigerator door, if you have dressings, if you have um, your condiments, your dressings, your sauces, your mayos. I would look in everything. So if you have not done that this week, go to your refrigerator, everything that's on that door, look at on the back and see how many sugars and carbs are in those dressings. The dressings can be really tricky because you could be doing a great ketogenic diet lifestyle. You're having your green leafy, your fatty meats, and then you're pouring dressing all over it. And especially those clear dressings, if you have an Asian or sesame dressing, you have to be very careful. So look on the back of those dressing bottles, look at the nutritional facts, look under carbs, and then look under the sugars. You guys might be a little bit shocked. So my recommendation is to switch over to a brand of dressings, condiments, and sauces that are more geared towards a ketogenic lifestyle, like Primal Kitchen. I use Primal Kitchen. Some of my dressings are Primal Kitchen. I use Chosen Foods mayo. Primal Kitchen also has a ketchup, and they use stevia. They sweeten with stevia, and there's no seed oils in them. So if you're using condiments, look on the back. If you have a regular yellow mustard, I kind of switched over from ketchup to that because I didn't want to deal with the ketchups always have some carbs in them. Even the Primal Kitchen one has a few carbs. If you're okay with that and you're tracking, great. I just decided I'm going to use mustard. So even when I go to In-N-Out, I will get a mustard fried burger. My burger's mustard fried, delicious. And I never really liked mustard before, so I've learned to like it. So switch your condiments over to a brand like Primal Kitchen or Chosen Foods and just kind of start replacing your old condiments that have carbs and sugar in them. So that's number two. Number three, you guys, is restaurants. You guys, we have to live life. We have to go out. When we go to restaurants, you guys have to research it ahead of time. I use the free version of MyFitnessPal. I know that there's another app called Carb Manager or whatever you like. They have free versions. In MyFitnessPal, I looked up every restaurant that we went to so I can kind of plan what I'm going to eat that evening so I can stay on track. Because you would be surprised, like if you order a piece of chicken or salmon and you don't know it has like some breading or some flour dusting or whatever, you'd be surprised. So my thing is, anytime you're going to put something in your mouth to eat, look it up. If you don't know what's in it, I don't care if it's what it is, a gum mint, I don't care if it's just something small, you need to know how many carbs is in that item. So use MyFitnessPal to do your restaurant research before you go so that you can know what to order. And you guys, there's always something to order because every place you go to, unless you're going to a vegan place, has meat and has some green veg. So MyFitnessPal will help you with your restaurant research. Number four is gum, mints, cough drops. You guys, this can have hidden carbs in them. We don't think about them. Before I came to this lifestyle, I never thought about that. I just got them when I needed, whatever. It's better than not having a cake or whatever. But those carbs add up. If you are a carb addict like me, Everyone's not like that. So if you can manage it, great. But if you have a sugar craving and you're a carb addict like me, that taste can just trigger me to want more. So I just gave it all up. But if you're not like me and you don't have to do that, that is so great. Okay, KHE says, do you eat at the Hawaiian food places like L&L? Honestly, KHE, since I've been keto carnivore, I have not gone there. But before I was keto carnivore, I did go there. So you would have to go to MyFitnessPal, and it's in there. Look it up and see what you can get, because I know they use a lot of glazes and there's a lot of carby things. I'm not sure if their meat is marinated. So look that up. So, and then you can let us know. Okay. So with the gums, mint, and the cough drops, those carbs can add up. If you have a mint and it has 2 carbs, but they say it's sugar-free, but whatever they're using in those ingredients, there's 2 carbs in it, or 2 sugar alcohols. Or the same thing with the gum. It's sugar-free, but there may be, let's see. Okay, so Darlene says that's her problem. She eats the gum. Okay, you guys know I have a gum problem, that I eat up all the gum, and then when my husband's like, "Where's the gum?" There's no gum, because I've eaten it up, and then I get the sugar out, taste out, and then I eat another one, and then there's like 10 swatches, and I've eaten up packs of gum. So I just said, forget it. I just came off all the gum, the cough drops, and the mints, because they add up. And the other thing, when you chew up a whole bunch of gum like that, the sugar alcohols, they do wreck your gut and they wreck your stomach. So I would be sick from that, even though it was supposed to be 0 carb. And I can feel my my blood sugar rising. Like I could feel it, because there's too much sugar alcohols in it, the sugar alcohols. So my suggestion, I'm looking at the comments again. Me too. Oh my gosh, I love you guys. It's so nice to find people that are like me. That's why I started this group, because you start thinking, okay, nobody ever talks about this stuff. They just say, oh, just do the keto diet, just do the carnivore diet. They never talk about like this level stuff. So you think that you're just the only one going through stuff or having problems, but that's not the case, you guys. There's other people. That's why I'm just telling the truth. And there's other people that are like me. So yeah, I can't have gum, candy, or mints either. And you guys, I'm so sorry that my lighting is not perfect. The sun is like out. It's like the sunset's going down, but it's like right in my face. But I'm going to keep going. Okay, so you guys, my suggestion about the gum, mints, and candy is to find a version that has nothing in it, which is really hard. I haven't found anything yet. Or find a stevia sweetened version. So when it comes to the gums and mints, since they're just not a necessity, I just gave them up. I just won't do it, because I don't want to eat the whole thing. But when it comes to cough drops, if you ever have a cough, you need some cough drops, there are stevia sweetened cough drops on Amazon. I will have to find the box and put it in the link. And they're stevia sweetened, and they have like 1.3 or 1.6 or something like that carb in the cough drop, but at least it's not sugar. So if I really need a cough drop, I can use one of those cough drops, and that'll be great. But if I'll use a cough drop, one of those, but then after a while, the sweet taste will come back, and I want to eat the whole pack of the stevia cough drops. So I just don't keep them in the house. But for those of you that can handle that, there are stevia sweetened cough drops. So that is number 4. Ditch the gum, mints, and cough drops if you're like me and it triggers you to want more. And if you're not like me, you can get stevia sweetened cough drops on Amazon. Okay, so number 5 is drinks, you guys. I don't believe in using carbs for drinks. So whatever you were drinking before, okay, so we're going to talk about the alcohol in a minute. The questions are going quick. Coffee, heavy cream. Okay. The heavy cream one I miss. I'm going to tell you what I drink in my coffee. Okay, so I've chosen not to drink alcohol because rather you find a zero carb one or not, it's toxic to your body, and I want optimal health, and it still will kick me out of ketosis. Because even though, like, say for example, okay, so all right, let's talk about the alcohol. If it's a deal breaker for you to not be keto or carnivore because every once in a while you want a drink, then you want the hard liquors that don't have any carbs and maybe a zero carb diet Pepsi or Diet Coke, like if you did a rum and a Diet Coke. That way you have zero carbs. But you have to know that it's not optimal for your health, and your body may still kick you out of ketosis. Even though it doesn't have zero carbs, sometimes that artificial sweetener taste can trick your body into thinking that it needs to raise your insulin to get that down, even though it's not sugar. And then the other part of it is once the alcohol gets in your body knows that's toxic. And it's like, oh my gosh, something's in here that shouldn't be in here. So I'm going to stop the ketosis. We have to get this out of the system. It's an emergency for your body to stop making ketones, get you out of ketosis, and to get the toxic thing out of your body. So I have chosen to not have alcohol. So that's what I will say about that. And about drinks, my everyday drinks, I've switched over to a sparkling water. And I love Trader Joe's sparkling waters that have flavors. And my favorite flavor right now is the watermelon lemonade. It's so delicious. You don't even need to put any drops of monk fruit in it or anything. You can do that if you want. They're delicious. So sparkling waters. So I'm not sure what you're drinking right now, but you only get 20 carbs. Don't spend your carbs on drinks. Just, get a sparkling water. They even have a vitamin water that is all stevia sweetened now. It used to have erythritol in it. They have taken that out. The whole thing is sweet stevia and monk fruit sweetened. It's a truly zero carb. And that's a vitamin water. I'll have one of those now and then. And coffee. So yes, you guys, for me, my coffee I have once every day in the morning, and I do a tablespoon of heavy whipping cream, so it's like a zero carb coffee. So that's what I do. So that's number 5. For your drinks, switch them over to zero carb drinks, sparkling water. If you're using half and half, just switch over. Will you pin the sparkling water? Yeah, I'll pin the sparkling water that I love, my favorite flavor from Trader Joe's, in the comments on the playback. So if you guys are just joining my channel, welcome. We are going over hidden carbs, and if you're enjoying this content, this would be a great time to hit the like button, subscribe, and share this with someone that needs more inspiration or hope. So that's number 5, drinks. We are going to move on to I think that is K-Day. The sun is shining in my eye, but K-Day, is that you that asked about the sparkling water? I think your handle is K-Day. I think. I don't want to get it wrong. Okay, so number 6, you guys. Number 6 is okay, number 6 is packaged foods, you guys. When I have someone starting on keto or carnivore for the first time, you're coming off a standard American diet. We're still in our addiction. It's hard, but it's also deceiving when you go to Costco or any kind of grocery stores and you're seeing these packaged foods that say keto bread, keto brownie, keto cereal, like all this stuff. Let me just tell you, you guys, it's not. So my thing is just make it yourself so that you know what's in it. The reason why I say that, I want you guys to beware of keto packaged foods, especially when it says it on the label keto. What I want you guys to pay more attention to, no matter what the outside says, I want you guys to pay attention to what it says on the back. What do the nutritional facts say? How many carbs? Does it show net carbs? Because we don't do net carbs, we do total carbs. Net carbs, I just believe it sets you up for failure because they're adding fillers and fiber in it so that they can take down the count of the total carb, and it just hurts you in the end. So use total carbs, turn it around, see what the ingredients are also. Even if something has the total carbs on there, it says 0 sugar, you want to know what the ingredients are too. Are they ingredients that you would have in your body? Does it have maltodextrin? Because a 0 carb item can show that. Look on the back and see if there are different names for the sugars. That'll be a whole nother video that we have, because there's about 20 different names for sugar, more than that, different names for sugar. But you guys, please look at the back of the things that you're buying, especially when you're new, so that you can learn about the labels. What's in it, what you're eating, what are the ingredients, how many carbs, how many total carbs, how many sugars. Does it show net carbs? Because you want to concentrate on total carbs. So you guys look all that up and let me know if you have any other questions about hidden carbs. So those were the 6 areas that I want to touch on with you tonight. And let me know where you are from in the comments. We are getting ready to go over some questions. Please list the pure monk fruit. Okay, hi K-Day. So yeah, the monk fruit that I have, I showed in the beginning, maybe before you got on. I actually showed the bottle of it on the screen, so you'll be able to see that. And I will link that in the comments too. The monk fruit that I use. It's on Amazon. I'll show it again. So yeah, you guys, okay, so let me know where you're from. Oh, Louisiana. Hey, Darlene. Louisiana. I love that. If you are in another country, let me know also. I don't know where I put the monk fruit, but yeah, it's in the beginning of the video. That's awesome. All right, so you guys, question and answers. I have a few things that I want to bring up from last week to go over. There was a question about protein, about how much protein, how do you know how much protein? So I'm going to share you what I did, and then I'm going to give you my suggestion. So when I was keto, because obviously I'm carnivore now, I don't really count anything. When I was keto, I did use that MyFitnessPal app religiously to count my carbohydrates, and to mainly I used it for the carb count. I did not pay attention to all of the other markers that much. I might have glanced. So I went back to look at MyFitnessPal just to see, okay, how much protein was I having? Because I didn't track grams, you guys. I kept it simple. Even though I tracked, I was tracking to make sure my number was 20 and under for my carbohydrates. Now, when you do MyFitnessPal, they have you put in all of your data, your age, your height, your weight, all of that. So it kind of calculates out what you should have, but I didn't really go by that because it's not like it's ketoized or anything. But that was in there. With that said, I think that's what kept me on track as far as I didn't overeat or undereat. Undereating is a thing. If you're undereating, your body won't let you lose weight either because it thinks it's starving. So we'll talk about that someday. But I used the MyFitness app. See, when you're live, I would have cut that out. I used the MyFitnessPal app just to track the carbs and my percentage for my protein, 20. Once I went carnivore, the percentage for my protein is 25. Now, what I want to say, you guys, is Dr. Berry has an amazing proper human diet guidebook. It is awesome. So already in the description of this video, I tagged Dr. Berry so that you can go to his channel on YouTube and request your copy of the proper human diet guidebook. For those of you that are kind of nerdy like me and you like a lot of details, You can look up everything in there. I agree with everything that's in there. I have followed him since the beginning. In the beginning, when I started, we didn't have that book yet. So you guys are so lucky that he's created that for you guys. But go get that book. It talks about keto, ketovore, carnivore, lifestyles, the food, the macros, and in the back it also has an amazing like 30-day meal plan that you could try. It is awesome. So since we are affected by food, but I'm not focusing on food, I'm focusing on your mindset, we're going to be referring to that guidebook a lot. So go grab that. And then the other thing I wanted to tell you guys is there's another question about the electrolytes that I use, and I use LMNT Electrolytes. It's LMNT Electrolytes every day. For the last 3 years. The first 3 years, I used different things. I switched quite often. I couldn't find the right thing that were balancing my electrolytes in such a way that I wouldn't get leg cramps. So once I found Element 3 years ago, I never should switch back. I use LMNT every day. I use one packet sometimes in the summer, or if I feel like I need a little extra, I might use a pack and a quarter or a pack and a half, but most of the time it's one pack a day. I have linked that also in this video description so that you guys can use my link, and on your first order with LMNT using my link, they will send you a free sample pack that'll have some of the favorite flavors in there so that you can try those to see which ones that you like the best. So those are the two questions that came up last week that I wanted to address. And what questions do you guys have for me? I have a few minutes. I do have a meeting tonight, so I don't have a whole hour with you, but I have a few minutes to answer some questions. Oh, okay. So K-Day is overwhelming with the questions. I am inspired. Oh my gosh, it's gone away. Oh my gosh, I hate that. So I'm not at home and I don't have my other device to um, to um, get to the questions and scroll up in that. If I touch my phone while I'm filming right now, it will like black out, or you guys will say that it's disconnected. It acts weird and I'm not on Wi-Fi. I'm so sorry. So it looks like K-Day, you said that you were overwhelmed or something, and that you have lots of questions. Let me start by just telling you, if you're new to my channel, the first thing that you want to do is watch the Mindset Reset Master class. That's also linked in the description of this video, because that is the whole basis behind this channel, and it's going to give you the tools that you need to fight carb addiction so that you can start and stay and strive and be successful on your ketogenic lifestyle, with whatever you choose, keto, ketovore, carnivore. So I will go back and I will look at all those comments if I missed any. Any other questions that we have tonight? Thank you guys so much for popping on with me. And I'm sorry about the car thing. I didn't want to cancel, and I do have like a leadership meeting at my church tonight, and I didn't want to cancel, so I thought I would just go live vertically, like in my car. And then the vertical didn't work, but at least we got it. My fallback coffee is with cream. Do you think that's the only thing that I could be stalling me? Question about stalling and coffee. I would have to know your whole thing of what you're eating for a few days to answer that. I don't know. I don't know what you're eating every day and what you're putting in it, and your dress. Like, it's a lot. Like, I couldn't answer exactly what's stalling you if it's the cream. Like, if you're pouring the cream in, yeah. But I mean, I use a tablespoon of cream in my coffee every day. But yes, cream can stall you. Yay, Darlene! I'm so glad that you found my channel. K-Day, all meat, just that. Yeah, okay. So this is the thing. If you are stalling, what I want you to do is track for a couple of days everything that you're eating, because that's the only way that you know is from the data. So track everything that you're eating for a few days so that you can see, like, oh wow, I thought I was just getting a tablespoon of heavy cream, but I was pouring it in. Like, you really don't know. So we track that. track also what kind of meat you're eating. You also need to track in an app like MyFitnessPal or Carb Manager to see if you're over or under eating. If you're over or under eating, even if it's no carbs, that could also stall that too. So you guys, thank you so much for coming on tonight. Oh, you guys. Oh, I'm so glad that you guys, I need you guys just as much as you need me, because that helps to keep me on track. So I'm going to get going into the meeting that I have. I'm in my church parking lot. So I'm going to get going to the meeting that I have. Thank you guys for hopping on the live to meet with me tonight. We are doing great. We have over 500 subscribers. As soon as we get enough watch time hours, right now I think I'm at like almost 700 watch time hours. I need like 3,000 so that we can open up our support groups through the YouTube membership. So share this video with someone that needs it, and go watch my other videos, and I will see you guys in the next live, and I will have a new video coming out this week also, probably Wednesday or Friday before the weekend. So you guys have a great day and be blessed.